Welcome to this episode of Cheema Connect.
Welcome.
Woo, woo. I'm joined by your fearless leader, your friend and mine, Harmon Cheema. Harmon, say hello.
Hello. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy
Happy
2023. I had to think about that. Still practicing. We are bringing this episode to you live from the operations floor in Pacific, Washington. We got all of our teammates back here working hard to take care of our drivers. Say hi, everybody. Yeah, they're working too hard to say hi, but there's a couple hands. Harmon, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Jamie?
I'm doing fantastic. You have a good holiday season?
I did. How about you?
I did.
What'd you do?
I went snowboarding, spent some time with family. We hosted like a Christmas Eve thing with some family that traveled in from out of the area. That was fun. But did just chill. I got to spend a little bit of time with the family, and that's what really matters the most. That's what we do it all for, right?
Yeah.
How about you? How are your holidays?
Same thing. Just a lot of family time, a lot of work time. You know, a little bit of chilling. Didn't really do a whole lot, but it was busy. It was crazy. We had some crazy weather and stuff, and it kept us busy. But overall, it was great. Got to spend some time with my little 2-year-old and family, and and spend some time with our teammates.
Is he watching?
Maybe.
Can we get a little shout out to Arzon? How you doing, buddy? New Year's Eve, New Year's Day was part of the holidays that just went by. Any resolutions, any personal commitments to 2023?
Well, there's always a lot of resolutions, right? First one, was first one at the gym.
That's right.
We'll see how
hit the treadmill.
Right. But get. I always like to say, my New Year resolution is to be able to work faster, more every day.
Yeah. How are you gonna do that? Is there like a plan to support that initiative?
Well, I'm working on the cloning machine, but it's I don't know if it's
how's that coming?
Yeah. But I guess you could say just spend more time with our family here at work, spend more time with my family at home, and do it more efficiently, get myself more productive and efficient, and continue world domination.
That's right. Of the West Coast and beyond. Actually, speaking of cloning, you actually do have a little clone. So you got a 2-year-old. It's just going to take a little bit longer to develop. Yeah, so
we got a few years left there.
Resolutions for me is just fitness, I think, so far. Spending more time with family and just getting in shape. I want to brag just for a minute because I've already run every day but one so far in the month of January. So I'm committed.
Awesome.
Early on in 2023. So let's reflect. Let's get back to business. On 2022, we accomplished a lot of amazing things this last year.
Great
I've got one fun stat. Of course, my world is training and development, recruiting, driver services. And I ran some numbers, and I was excited to share for this episode that last year we grew our driver count by 25%.
Wow, amazing.
Yes, that is pretty impressive. That's a pretty impressive growth because what that represents is more capacity to our customers.
Absolutely.
More loads to be able to cover and more employees to make this company even a better place.
Yeah, and our goal is to continue to keep doing that. So, we have big plans, and with the growth, we're able to do some more cool stuff. We're able to do more of this kind of stuff and invest. We'll have more resources, more revenue, all those things to be able to make the company bigger and better, right? Mm-hmm. So just continue those things and spend money on our terminal investments and on our people, on some new technology. We've got some cool stuff coming in, and just continue to help make it a better place to work.
So talking about goals for 2023, I know one of them is growth. We've grown every year. As long as I've been here, it's always been a growth program. And it's been sustainable, it's been healthy, it's been very strategic. But that also includes some of the tools that we use to do our job. I know that there's conversation about the platform that we use to do our database. So there's an update coming for our operations and support team, very eminent in the next couple months. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't want to give out all the trade secrets, but we do have some upgrades coming in for our TMS system that we use in-house. TMS, for those that don't know, is Transportation Management System. So that's our dispatch program, right? Like you can say. So it's got our orders in there. We're able to dispatch the drivers in there, plan them, bill the customers, pay them, all that stuff in there. So we're actually looking at upgrading some of what we have in-house right now. And so that's exciting. Also challenging, always is, right? Upgrades are no fun, but it's usually, the light at the end of the tunnel is usually a lot better. So it'll be good. So we're excited for that. That's coming here in early March, late February. Once that's done, we are going to start looking at upgrading some of the devices that we have in the cab for the drivers, because we've gotten a lot of complaints over the just opportunities, right, instead of complaints, of how we can make things better on the actual tablets and the devices that we have in the PeopleNet. So got some cool stuff there. Don't have we have a game plan, but we don't have a timeline on that piece just yet. But I do want to, it is on the agenda for 2023 to get that done and a new system implemented in the cab this year for our drivers to make their life easier. So that's a big deal for us. So big deal for me.
Pretty big investments, right? It's a commitment.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah. So you got software, you've got technology, and that's an investment. So and it's work. I mean, folks might not see that, but there's a ton of work that goes behind the scenes to make sure all the data that goes from one system to the other has integrity, that training on all the new platforms and all the Mobilcom or whatever, I mean, that's pushed out way ahead of schedule. And so there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of challenge ahead in 2023, which will be a lot of excitement, but we'll be using some of the state-of-the-art tools to dispatch, to plan, to communicate, to capture hours of service. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah. I mean, we've already been piloting some cool stuff like driver-facing apps to be able to see, empty trailers and loader trailers within the area and stuff like that. So we're still piloting some of those before we release them to the rest of the driving crew, but just working on things to make the driver's life easier. That's the goal.
Yeah. One thing I'm particularly excited about with the Mobilcom solution we're evaluating is you can load all the different apps you want your drivers to have at their fingertips on that device. And so if you want to have your Facebook forum, if you want to have one of your recruiting tools on there, one of your LMSs for ongoing learning and development, that can be all there on that tablet for them to access, which is where we want to be all along. And so we're excited to roll that out at some point in 2023.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, we got some technology upgrades coming. We've got, I am going to say we'll do another 25% this year, hands down, if not more, in 2023. So I'm excited for that. We got some terminal upgrades coming. That'll be nice, and we'll get some of those out of the way. And just overall continuing the path, continuing to improve what we do and do it better than the competition.
That's right. Well, let's talk about freight. What's freight looking like in 2023? I know it's early. It's Q1. Is freight as crazy as it has been? Is it quite the same as it was in 2022?
Well, it's no secret. It's slow, right? Work is slow right now, and but the last 2-ish years or so, right, that we remember, like
it's been off the charts.
Yeah,
it's been nuts.
It's been a peak season the entire 2 years, so we're getting a little bit of a breather, which is kind of okay. And but we're still, I mean, Cheema Freight Lines is busy. We're still very busy. There's pockets of slow down a little bit here and there, but for the most part, we're keeping our trucks running. We're not really having to lay drivers over. If that happens, it's very, very small. But we're working hard. Our sales team's working hard to keep bringing on new opportunities, but at the same time, staying close to our customers and maintaining the business we have, because there's a lot of competition right now that's wanting our business because we have great business, right? And we'll talk about that here in just a minute and what kind of things we haul. But the competition's always looking to take it over. But we do a phenomenal job and keep the service levels up, and our drivers do a great job. And so taking that business is a little bit harder to do. So we're holding on to it, and we're staying competitive. And we're maintaining the business because we have long-term partnerships, and we knocked it out of the park for a lot of these big shippers when it came to the last couple of years. So I would say, in a nutshell, it is slower, no doubt. It is definitely slower. A lot of companies are struggling. There's been a lot of bankruptcies already, but Cheema is stronger than ever, and we're going to be stronger than ever, and we're going to continue to grow. And the outlook is bright. Maybe a little bumpy, but that's okay. I think we're all up for the challenge.
As we talk about things being slower, that allows us to focus in on software improvements to really get our training dialed in, and also really focus in on things like service. We've talked about that in the last several episodes, the importance of service, and that is another goal for 2023, is to maintain a very high level of service to impress our customers with our ability to service their freight.
Yeah, and the last couple of years, it's been just get it there. We know it's already late, not late from technically us all the time, but late from getting here on the boat or getting manufactured or whatever, and then the customers, it's already late, so they're saying, just get it there, please. And so that mindset is now changed to, now we're kind of ahead of it. There's not 40 ships waiting in Long Beach and some of those things. There's like none. And we have to do now, we have to service the heck out of the freight. So I know there's going to be some customers watching this as well, and I promised them I would relay this message to the drivers is service, 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 right? That's all we got right now. We have to service, we have to deliver on time, because that's what their customers, which is our customer at the end, right? That's what they're expecting.
That's what they're paying for.
Yeah, that's what they're paying for. I mean, we get our boxes and, coming in on UPS and FedEx and, the big company with the A I'm not going to mention and promote. But, we get a lot of packages every day, and when we don't get it on time, or when we're like, wow, this is 2 days late, we're not very happy, right?
Yeah,
so
I paid for it to be here 2 days ago.
Yeah, what the heck? So same concept. So drivers, Cheema drivers, you're listening, we got to deliver the freight on time, and if you can't make it, you need to let your driver manager know, and we need to find other relays or find another driver coming in that can deliver that on time, because on time is the key. Now, not to beat everybody up over it, because we still deliver. Our average for 2022 was in the mid-90s overall, but we can do better than that. We got to be in the high 90s, and we can do it. So let's maintain that, and let's get better at it, and deliver on time. That's the key. So we win many awards every year from big companies, and I want to continue to keep winning those, because that shows us how great our drivers are doing and everybody here. But the challenge is service, and we have to service the heck out of the business.
Yep.
Bottom line. So that's the only way we're going to be able to keep doing what we're doing, keep growing that volume, and having that great drop and hook freight that our drivers absolutely love. And
I love it too, Harmon.
Yeah, me too. So
I do.
we got more trailers coming. We've already took delivery of a ton of trailers. We got more coming. We got more trucks coming. So it's only going to get better, and we're going to bring on some cool new accounts, and just have more work for all of our driving force, and brand new teammates that we're going to add on this year. So
I think it's also worth mentioning, too, the different types of freight that we haul. There's some stuff that really is retail sensitive. So you see those things really ramp up when it comes to back to school time, to the holidays, Q4. We also have strategically identified accounts that are 365 days a year to really stabilize the volume of freight, to help us run consistently year round. And I think the diversity of the freight that we haul really allows us to continue to keep our drivers moving.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of food, beverage, and some of those things that that move no matter what, which is great. We do a ton of that. We do a little bit of retail, decent amount of retail. We do some other commodities, a lot of paper and whatnot. So a lot of the freight's going to keep moving, whether we head down a slow path or not. It's just going to be a little bit slower, but it's okay. We'll pump it up with some more volumes and some additional lanes and stuff like that. So
yeah,
not afraid of it.
So I want to talk about best fleets to drive for. So we were nominated for this recognition for the work that we do here at Cheema Freight Lines. And honestly, you are a tireless worker. I mean, around the clock, 24/7. We joke about cloning you. And man, if we could do that, have a Harmon Cheema at every terminal location and at home, that would be phenomenal. But we work so hard for our drivers and to take care of our customers' freight. It's nice that we get a little bit of recognition from our drivers. We were nominated for this Best Fleets to Drive For. We've gone through the process, and we were identified a few weeks ago as a finalist. So we don't find out if we'll get that recognition, top 20, until the end of January. So we're watching, eagerly waiting. But I just want to say thank you to all the drivers that participated in the driver survey portion of that evaluation. We have some amazing drivers, and I actually got to sit down with several of them during the process, and some of the feedback that they gave us was just phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. So again, hats off to them for providing that, and hats off to you for this company that you and your dad put together. And look at us now.
Hey, we can't do it alone. So we're all in it together. Drivers, you, all the other teammates, everybody, we're all in it together. So
2023, we talked about software, we talked about technology. We also have a pretty exciting terminal development project underway. You want to share a little bit more about that?
Where? Lathrop?
Lathrop, California. How you doing, Lathrop?
So it's currently in permitting. I spoke to the city a little bit ago, and we should get permits back this month, which means that we can start breaking ground in the next month or two. So exciting stuff there. I am hoping we don't have to I'll just say it. I'm hoping we don't have Lake Cheema Lathrop next year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
because
So-
it's, I mean, not just the water, but it's been a lot of water in Northern California. So a lot of flooding and a lot of flash floods and just rain and whatnot. And the yard's been really, really muddy and just, so I'm just looking forward to getting past all that and having great pavement and, just more improvements for our drivers.
All right. Driver's lounge facility.
Yep, all of that.
Shop facility.
Laundry,
Showers.
showers,
All that
laundry,
stuff.
great driver lounge. So we got some cool lounges here in Washington and Albany, and we want to continue to push that down into Lathrop. And we got some other stuff that we're working on, some more locations, which I'm not going to give you all the trade secrets today.
You're not. You have to watch the next couple episodes. Stay tuned. Follow Cheema Freight Lines. But better believe that as we get closer to any sort of ribbon cutting for Lathrop, California, we'll absolutely be all over that. There'll be a huge celebration. So keep an eye on what we're doing. We're continuing to grow and offering great facilities for our drivers and our staff. So that's pretty exciting. That'll be happening this year. So brand new terminal in Lathrop, California.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. We've also added many, many new teammates, not just drivers. We talked about the 25% driver capacity increase in 2022. But closing out 2022 and already early in 2023, we've added new faces to the team here in Washington and Albany, Oregon, Lathrop, California, down to Phoenix, Arizona, and also out of Missoula, Montana,
Right.
to support our amazing drivers. So I just want to blanket welcome every new teammate to the team, everybody in the driver support capacity. Excited to have you on the team and welcome aboard.
So a lot of people don't know this, but even our drivers don't know this, but we've got offices in Missoula, Montana, like you mentioned, here in Pacific, Washington. We're down in Albany, Oregon. We're in Lathrop, California, and we're in Phoenix, Arizona. So we've got a few more states that we'll continue to fill up the map with over the next, year and 2 years and whatnot, and a few years. But that's where we have people right now, driver staff or non-driving staff, just
Right.
driver support staff. So we got your back.
We got your back. You better believe it. All right. Training and development is going to be a big focus for 2023. And I mentioned it earlier, but I want to dive in a little bit deeper. We have some big plans for this coming year. One-on-one development with all of our operations staff. What that's going to look like is I'm going to sit down with our driver managers, with our planners, spend a little bit of time diving deeper into the tools that we use so they can better understand the way that the hours of service are coming in from those mobile devices and being displayed for them to make sure that what we're planning them on actually makes sense, so we can kind of preview that a little bit more informed so that we can kind of collaborate on what will and what won't work for each of our drivers.
Continuous improvement, baby.
Continuous improvement to make sure they're familiar with all the tools that our drivers are using to do their jobs at the highest level. So number one, there'll be one-on-ones with all of our ops personnel. I'm also very excited to be working very hard with our IT department, shout out to Morgan, shout out to Hans, to make a very exhaustive video library with all sorts of training content from pre-trip inspections to how to troubleshoot your mobile comm device, on and on. I mean, that we just started that project, and that's going to probably continue all throughout the year. But very excited with how those are turning out, so that we can shoot those out to all of our drivers as they're out and about at various locations in our network. So we'll have that going on as well. Of course, Safety Corner, Maintenance Minute that has been a part of our Cheema Connect program now are going to be in that library of YouTube videos. So we've got brand new episodes of both of those. Great job, Eric, with the Maintenance Minute and Scott with the Safety Corner. Check those out. We talk about brakes and when it's time to get those brakes changed out. And we also talked about all the weather you experience this time of the year in the winter on the Safety Corner. So.
I know Scott mentioned that on the Safety Corner, but I'll just say it again, is it's wet out there, it's slick out there. There's a lot of ice and snow, and we got a few more months left of this before spring. So drivers, please be safe. Don't drive too fast. Slow down. You have your life, but you've got a really expensive piece of equipment that you're driving, an expensive trailer, an expensive cargo right behind you. So there's a lot at stake here, and just slow down. If you don't feel safe, pull over and wait it out. And we have no problem when conditions. When we have to shut down and conditions don't allow, we have no problem taking care of our drivers and making sure they're going to get compensated, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it.
Nope.
So just slow down, pull over if it's not safe, and just don't rush it, please. It's tough out there, and the ice last couple of weeks was really bad, and we had a few little incidents here and there, but at the end of the day, please be safe.
That's right. And if there's delays, shutdowns, or anything that you're concerned about, trust me, we talk about service, but our customers do understand. If there's inclement weather, if there's road closures, what we need from you is just communication. You're not going to get any pressure from your driver manager.
Yep.
You're not going to get any pressure from safety.
Yep.
We want to make sure you're safe, number one, the equipment is safe, and of course our customers want to make sure that their freight is safe, and so they would rather take that over somebody pushing safety. And so know that if we need to shut her down or take a little extra time on a load, you've got to communicate that to your driver manager, just so that we can communicate expectations to our customers to keep service intact.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I want to bring in some feedback from WorkHound. We mentioned WorkHound just about on every episode. It's our third-party tool that allows us to get anonymous feedback from our drivers. We don't know who it's coming from unless they actually sign it or something like that at the end. But it goes directly to WorkHound, and WorkHound compiles it on a dashboard for us as executive leadership to kind of evaluate, to find out what are our areas of opportunity, what are drivers saying, what do they want to see with the trucks, with the facilities, with the customers, what changes do we need to make or consider making. And a lot of times we get a lot of positive things. And so I thought I'd focus in on that this time around. I've got some positive feedback from WorkHound I want to share with you. Is that okay?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. This is from one of Sophia's drivers. Sunday gratitude. I'm really just grateful to drive for such a great team. Thank you, Harmon and company, for creating such a wonderful working environment. I hope you know how much it is appreciated.
Wow. Thank you, driver.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Another one here. This is from one of Jennifer's drivers. I thoroughly enjoyed my first 11 months at Cheema. I wish to thank my driver managers, Karen. Karen, how you doing?
She's going to get you.
She's going to get me for that. I want to thank my driver managers, Karen and Jennifer, for working with me to optimize my working time. I love that. I love collaboration. I love it when they recognize the work that their planner and driver manager are doing to make sure that the freight they're running is going to work. Another one here from Grace's driver. The company is being run responsibly and logically. Seeing money spent on better insurance products for all of us shows the care of employees is important. For a smaller growing company, it's maturing wonderfully. No trucking company is perfect, but Cheema appears to have an eye on quality of life for drivers. I want to read that again. Cheema appears to have an eye on quality of life for the drivers. Us older seasoned drivers notice the important details.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of that, cool stuff. We were able to maintain the cost of the benefits that we do and lower the deductible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that was phenomenal. We were able to we put money into the deductible and said we'll cover some of that and keep the cost the same. So that was a big deal for us.
Yeah, at the turn of the year, you usually expect to see insurance prices go up.
They did. For me.
Thank you, Harmon. Another one from Grace's fleet. Cheema and the entire staff continues to provide outstanding support and assignments that fit this driver, which in turn keeps me happy and motivated. A happy driver.
You need a tissue?
I kind of do. I want to take a moment and reflect on that. A happy driver. You know, a lot of times, especially in my line of work, driver services, you usually hear about all the friction. You hear about the things that aren't working out or the mechanical issues they're experiencing with the equipment. Less so here at Cheema Freight Lines because we have brand new trucks. Our oldest truck is what now, a 2020?
2020, yep.
We bought a whole bunch of 2020s.
We're going to get rid of some of those here early this year, yeah.
That's this year's trade initiative.
Yep.
But when you hear happy drivers, man, I just want to make sure to put that on notice because that's a pretty special thing. And a lot of these drivers are all in the same lane. But this one's coming from Ray, one of Ray's drivers. Absolutely the best company I've ever worked for! Exclamation point. Anyway, thank you, drivers, for sharing. It's one thing to be happy. It's another thing to share your happiness, to let people know that we're on the right track. So I appreciate all the feedback we're getting from our drivers out there. Well, if you are interested in working for Cheema Freight Lines and driving one of these beautiful green machines, I want to make sure you have the opportunity to do that. You can call us, talk to a recruiting specialist. That number is 844-424-3362 or
844-4-CHEEMA.
We didn't practice that, except for on the last couple episodes.
Or visit teamcheema.com.
Yes,
we'd love to talk to you.
Yes, we love to talk trucking. I love to talk trucking. This guy even more so. Well, that's it. That covers our episode for this month. Anything you want to say in closing?
Yeah, if you've enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below.
like and subscribe. Stay safe out there, and thanks for all you guys do. Appreciate it.